Now, that does not mean that you need not have the higher power to come and wake you up. If I will, then things should change. If we awake, then things should happen. Now, it means that it is a kind of a preparation. A newborn, if a new dawn has to come, that preparation is required. It is the real difficulty which is there in the scheme of things, of death and ignorance. It is that which we cannot will to go away. It is beyond our capacity, however great our capacities might be. It is only the divine Shakti who, as a mortal being here, can will and conquer. But here, human race can prepare itself moving in the direction. A greater destiny waits you in your front. This transient earthly being, if he wills, can fit his acts to a transcendent scheme. He who now stares at the world with ignorant eyes. This is what we do. We all look at the world with ignorant eyes. Hardly from the inconscience night aroused. We have just come out from the night of inconscience. That look at images and not at truth. We have no idea of the truth at all. We cannot see the truth also, even if you want to look into it. Can fill those orbs with an immortal sight. Our eyes can receive that immortal light. Yet shall the Godhead grow within your heart. You shall awake into the Spirit's air. Now, this is something being told to Ashwapati in his trance. In the context of Savitri, who is a human Savitri. It is that human Savitri who has to awaken herself to these possibilities. Her sight, her soul has to come out and receive it. Yet shall the Godhead grow within your hearts. In other words, this is indirectly telling, yes, Savitri's heart should grow to their Godhead. She has taken human birth. She is human Savitri. You shall awake into the Spirit's air. Savitri must awake into the Spirit's air and feel the breaking walls of mortal mind and hear the message which left life's heart dumb, and look through nature with sun-gazing lids and blow your conch shell at the eternal's gate. Authors of earth's high change, to you it is given, to the human race. It is given to you to cross the dangerous spaces of the soul. You have to cross the dangerous and touch the mighty mother's stark awake and meet the omnipotent in his house of flesh, in this house of flesh, and make of life the million bodied one. It is she who has to multiply in million bodies, the omnipotent force. The earth you tread is a border screened from heaven. The life you lead conceals the light you are. Yes, there is a greater life in you. You are not aware of it. It is hidden within you. Immortal powers sweep flaming past your doors. They come across your doors, past your door. Far off upon your tops, the God chant sounds. While to exceed ourselves, yourself, thoughts trumpets call, heard by a few, but fewer dare aspire. The nympholepts of the ecstasy and the blaze. You are the one who will seize the nymphs of ecstasy and blaze. That is the power, that is the capacity, that is the potential you have got. Heard by a few, but fewer dare aspire. Yes, that is a possibility open to you. An epic of hope and failure breaks Earth's heart. Her force and will exceed her form and fate. A goddess in a net of inconscient caught. That is what earth is. Cell-bound in the pastures of death, she dreams of life. She is moving in the fields of death and dreaming of life. Self-racked with the pains of hell, aspires to joy. Racked, these were the instruments of torture. During the Inquisition, they devised instruments of torture, and rack was one of them. So you have your leg, stretch your legs on the track, and then make roll something on that thing, kind of press up and down. So these were the instruments which were built at the time of Inquisition. You see. Galileo was shown those instruments, you see, and he got frightened. Spellbound in the pleasures of death, she dreams of life. Self-racked with the pains of hell, aspires to joy, and builds to hope her altars of despair. Knows that one high step might enfranchise all. Yes, it is that which will give freedom. It is that which will make you the citizens of a greater world. Know that one high step might enfranchise all, and suffering looks for greatness in her sons. But dim in human hearts the ascending fire. Unfortunately, the fire is not kindled well in our souls. The invisible grandeur sits unworshipped there. No puja is offered that, no worship is done there for the grandeur. Man sees the highest in a limiting form, or looks upon a person, hears a name, he only goes by name and form, and it is only to that extent he is limited, you see. See, we had this, the immaculate grandeurs brood upon your days, and here you have got the invisible grandeur sits unworshipped there. He turns for little gains to ignorant power. Yes, we please lesser gods, the vital gods. Offer him pujas, offer him all kind of things there to get immediate returns. He turns for little gains to ignorant power. And what do you want? Yes, my son is ill, please make him healthy. My son is going to appear for an examination, give him some blessing so that he passes the examination. These are the kind of little gains we ask from little gods. Or kindles his altar lights to a demon face. We don't know whom we are worshipping. Whether he is a demon or real God, we don't know that. You see. He loved the ignorance, fathering his pain. Yes, we are in love with our own ignorance, and it is that ignorance which is the source of our pain. A spell is laid upon his glorious strength. He has strength in him, but there is a dark spell. Some kind of a magic is working which is preventing him doing things what he should do. He has lost the inner voice that led his thoughts, and masking the oracular tripod scene, a spacious idol fills the marble shrine. So all the lesser gods, it is they whom we worship. The great illusion wraps him in its veils. So we are really living under the veils of illusion. The soul's deep intimations come in vain. Sometimes we do get intimations from the soul, but we dismiss them. We have no faith in them. We have not developed the faculty to discern the truth of what we are receiving from them. In vain is the unending line of seers. In vain is the unending line of seers. The sages ponder in unsubstantial light. The poets lend their voice to outward dreams. A homeless fire inspires the prophet tongues. So this is the pity. Our poets, our seers, our sages, our prophets, they cannot lead man to a brighter, higher, nobler future. Now, this is the state. People have come and gone. This line, in vain is the unending line of seers. Seers have come through the ages, spiritual seers. But what happened finally? We are only there where we have been all along. This line is very similar to another line which appears little later on, 140:26. It is a very sarcastic line, but it is there. 140 to 6.6, 140. The avatars have lived and died in vain. Hmm. We have got a series of 10 avatars, they have come and gone. But what happened? The world is the same miserable world, full of suffering, pain, anguish, ignorance, death. The avatars have lived and died in vain. Vain were the sages' thought, the prophet's voice. In vain is seen the shining upward way. Now, this is a sarcastic narrative of death. Death is telling to Savitri, Savitri, you are looking for this change, this world. People I come, great people I come, but they are not been able to achieve anything at all. Vain they have come and lived, in vain they come and lived here. Sages thought, prophet's voice, they are not achieved anything at all. It is exactly the same thing what we have got here also. In vain is the unending line of seers. The sages ponder in unsubstantial light, light that doesn't have substance, solidity, content. In vain is the unending line of seers. The sages ponder in unsubstantial light. The poets lend their voice to outward dream. A homeless fire inspired the prophet tongue. Yeah, the fire which has no dwelling place here at all. It is that comes and inspires the prophet. But ultimately, it is not able to live here at all, you see. Heaven's flaming lights descend and back return. This is the calamity. This is the sad story. This is the tragedy of this creation. Yes, heaven's light does come, but then again, it goes back. In fact, that is how the whole thing started. There was the divine attempt. It tried to change the whole thing, but it could not. Ultimately, Savitri had to take his immortal birth. And it is the same context here. Heaven's flaming light descend and back return. The luminous eye approaches and retires. Means he is telling, basically, the voice is telling to Ashapati in his meditation that all the attempts have been futile and things have to move forward. The luminous eye approaches and retires. Eternity speaks, none understands its word. Fate is unwilling and the abyss denies. Fate is not able to accept the possibility of a change. And of course, there is the strongest negation from the abyss, from the nether world. See. The inconscious, mindless waters block all done. That is why vain is the ending line of seers. In vain have the avatars come and gone. See. Only a little is lifted. Only a little lifted is mind's screen. All that they have been able to achieve is slightly raise the curtain of mind and allow a little bit of intimation, revelation, or inspiration to enter in. Beyond that, nothing has been really achieved, anything of worth. Only a little lifted is mind's screen. The wise who know see but one half of truth. They have been able to see the other part of the truth, that truth. But what about the truth which should be here? That truth they have no, about that they have no idea at all. The wise who know see but one half of truth. The strong climb hardly to a low peaked height. The hearts that yearn are given 1 hour to love. Yes, that's all you have to do. Whatever love you want to do in 1 hour and get out. That's what it means basically. See. The hearts that yearn are given 1 hour to love. His tale, half told, falters the secret bard. The bard is not able to sing the full story. He is faltering to complete the story of man because only half truth is given. The other half is there only. But here there is no truth at all. Therefore, the bard himself falters. The gods are still too few in mortal form. They do enter, they do work to some extent in us, but there are very few gods who can do that. The gods are still too few in mortal form. We have got a very similar line, 1130. 1130. Seldom in the few who answer give. Gods are few. Too seldom is a shadow of what must come. See, what must come is really great, but what happens? Very few. Cast in an instant on the secret sense. Secret sense, again, you see the same connotation there, secret sense, which feel the shock of the invisible, and seldom in the few who answer give, very few can give the answer to that, prepared. The mighty process of the cosmic will communicates its magic to our sight, identifying the world's mind with ours. See, the seldom, that thing is happening here again. Also, it's the same thing. The gods are still too few in mortal form. In other words, unless the gods really establish themselves, the full potential which is there within us cannot flower out, cannot open out, cannot come out, cannot emerge. Only a little lifted is mind's screen. The wise who know see but one half of truth. The strong climb hardly to a low peaked height. The hearts that yearn are given 1 hour to love. His tale, half told, falters the secret bard. The gods are still too few in mortal form. Well, this is what Ashwapati hears in his trance, in his meditation. And then from that point onward, the voice withdrew into hidden skies. Then the story develops further. I think we'll stop with that.